Hello. Maybe I should not sit on the bare floor in a white dress. Hello. It was my birthday just last week and I was going to open these up then, but I didn't. I bought myself some books. Woo! They're from Bookshop. I believe it's just called Bookshop. It's a B Corp certified organization, so third party certified that they're sustainable and ethical and doing all the things that they say they're doing. I was just having so much fun. Ariel and Blake planned so much stuff for me. It was just a day full of like surprise desserts and food and board games and more amazing food from my mom. She made more food for my birthday than she did for Chuseok, the Mid-Autumn Festival, because obviously I'm more important than the moon and the harvest, so I was going to maybe hopefully insert some photos or videos from my birthday, but I don't think I have any. I don't think I took like any photos or videos that weekend, that whole weekend. I really did not know how much fun I could have. I barely looked at my phone, and so oh, Adam gave me like the best birthday present ever. He gave me little coupons, summon Adam coupons, so that I can summon him when we're having game night and we can play board games together. That was like the sweetest gift ever. Okay, continue on. So first book open, The Smell of Other People's Houses. I loved this book when I read it over the summer, and I said that I maybe wanted to read it again, so I bought it. Paperback, floppy paperback. Okay, second package. Yeah, my birthday was on the Thursday, October 29th, and I basically did zero schoolwork that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Did a little bit Sunday night, but oh my goodness, I just had so much fun. And like Halloween, I hope everyone was safe. Oh yeah, the spookiest weekend of the year, pre-election weekend. Oh, I watched Hocus Pocus for the first time this Halloween. Oh my goodness. Emily, are you proud of me? I am really bad with spooky horror movies, even if it's not a horror movie, just like thriller movies. Nope, can't do them. Maybe I should have like opened it so you guys can see. Oh no, there's a little dent. That's sad. Oh well. Every few years I'm like, what? I'm grown up now. I can watch a scary movie. It's okay. This one is not even that scary. But then, no, you cannot, Data. Don't do that. Halloween Town as a child scarred me, so, anyways, Hocus Pocus was fine. It was cute. And those are all my books. Oops. They Both Die at the End was in the middle of this, was reading it with Blake, and I returned it to the library like 2 weeks late, so I have some fines due, but it's okay. And Girl, Woman, Other. This one I had not heard about before, but it sounded super cool. Evidently cool enough for me to actually purchase it, because I rarely purchase books. Although for my birthday, my brother's girlfriend got me a gift card to Barnes & Noble, so if any of you have book recommendations for me to purchase from there, tell me. Oh yeah, also, it's been cold, but this week is going to be in like the mid-20s? What is happening? It is a magnificent portrayal of the intersections of identity and a moving and hopeful story of a group of Black British women. Girl, Woman, Other is populated with unforgettable characters, from a lesbian playwright to a jaded school teacher to a non-binary social media influencer. Looking forward to it. So, since the beginning of the school year, I've read 6 books, which I'm super proud of myself for doing. It's not so much, but We Are Okay, which was such a beautiful book. It was pretty short, beautiful story about mental health and struggling and friendships and When All Is Said, which was my first audiobook, and it was about a man giving like the last final 5 toasts to 5 wonderful people in his life. Oh, If I Was Your Girl, which was a high school love story featuring a trans girl, and it was super cool to see how she dealt with things, and also the author's note at the end was amazing. She just talked about why she made the main character so passing, so young, having been able to get things when she was younger than if she would have been able to do them in real life, because she wanted to make the story simple and digestible for people who weren't familiar with this world, and how this doesn't represent everyone in the trans community, and if you aren't like the main character in this book, then you're okay, you're also beautiful, and in order to form a well-rounded idea of some community, one book can't do that. So no matter what she would have done, it wouldn't have been able to represent everyone, and she just talks about how we need more books from all communities in order to be able to somewhat sum up the experience. I hope I relayed that somewhat coherently. Full disclosure. Wait. Did I read something before that? Oh, Vicious. I finished Vicious, which was a super thrilling book. It was super awesome. Apparently there's a second one on my Goodreads. One of my high school teachers commented on it, and he was like, oh my gosh, the second book was so much better. So I will definitely be looking into that and also be telling Ariel. And then I read Full Disclosure, which was a high school story about a girl who's HIV positive, was born that way, and how she deals with some of that and navigates it. That was a super cool story. And on election day, I was an election judge, so I was checking people in, working from like 4:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. because setup and cleanup, and oh my gosh, that was such a long day. After that, I was planning to get some work done, but Blake was an election judge at another location, and so after we were both done, we met up, went out for dinner to celebrate our hard work, and then we were both too tired, so we were like, nope, we're not going to do more work, we're just going to sleep. Goodbye. But while I was an election judge, in some of the slow parts, I brought with me Almost American Girl, and also an Unkindness of Ghosts. I read more of Unkindness of Ghosts, and I will continue reading that. But since I could only read like short snippets at a time in between people, I think it was easier to read this graphic novel, so I'm glad I brought it. But it was a super cute story. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. It was giving me goosebumps, and I was just like squealing, and the other election judges were like, what is she doing? The other election judges that I worked with were so wonderful. It was a delight to be with them for like 14 hours. I just adore this story. And oh, it's about a Korean girl who moves to the United States and kind of figuring out how she fits in. And it's not only about her life in America and her school, but it's also about how her life was in Korea and the things that she's noticing. And also her mom is a single mom, so having to deal with that and the culture of that. It was just so cool. And the last page, I had become Korean American, and that was okay with me, which I was like, ah, cute. Kind of a simplified, like, wrap it up and like, ah, she's okay with it. Probably in reality, maybe some more struggles in identity. Even if you accept it, I'm Korean American. Still, sometimes there's some, oh, yeah, I'm not Korean enough to be able to deal with that. Not American enough to know what this is. So, anyway, I came to this area. It's called the Idea Garden, and usually there are so many beautiful flowers, and it's just a beautiful sight, and I was going to be somewhere here, but I realized it is November, and therefore everything is dead. There's still some produce, like lettuce things, but pretty empty. I still think it's a cool area. Oh, I thrifted this jacket for like $4 the other day. I think it's super cool. It's like corduroy-ish. I don't know. My brother was looking for a Halloween costume at a thrift store, and I was like, I'm gonna go look over here, and I found this. Okay, I think that is all for today. I hope you all are doing okay. I hope if you are a US citizen, you voted. At the time of filming, we do not know who won the election yet, but whatever the result is, everything is going to turn out okay. I hope everyone continues to stay safe and happy, and okay, bye-bye! My jumpsuit looks so bright orange.
It does.
Holy moly. It's such a beautiful day! What are you reading?
I'm reading this graphic novel called Almost American Girl. It's a really, really beautiful illustrated memoir that I've read half of so far. I love it so much already. It discusses the story of the author's...
You're doing so well!
Thank
Is
you.
it a memoir? Is it a true story?
Yeah.
Oh.
I read the
Oh, it
description.
is.
Some of the parts are like fictionalized a little bit, but it's mostly her story of how she came from Korea in the 90s, came to live in America, and it's been really interesting so far, and I'm very, very excited to finish it. What?
I'm gonna start. I am Alfonso Jones. The end.
Wow. Great. We biked here.
We biked here. It was so beautiful.
A perfect November day.
November. Oh my gosh, it is November. 2 more weeks until Thanksgiving break. Oh, there is a rip that I have safety pinned. This is from Ariel's huge dog that dragged me across the floor when I was walking in it, and it ripped up. And Ariel owes me a new jumper.
It's true.
Romper? Jumpsuit.
Pay up, Ariel.
Just kidding. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Is this how we're reading?
Of course.
I'm sorry. Are you putting leaves in my hair?
No, never.
Look here, he's smiling in front of the statues and then he just takes this face. So you fell. Okay. Did a leaf just fall in front of you? Okay.
Yes.
Cool! So many leaves in my hair. Okay. You followed me when I was walking back from the idea garden, and I didn't realize, which is probably not a good thing, that I didn't realize that somebody was following me. But you're in the background on your longboard going like with your long limbs.
I do that a lot.
Have long limbs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, not all the time.
How much more did you read?
I read 50 more pages. It's Halloween time. They went trick-or-treating. It's an interesting cultural experience for her. She's getting better at English, which is interesting. I'm sure it can be troubling to go to a new place and not know the language and feel like you're being made fun of and not belonging. So that's...
Also, I'm currently reading a book called A Woman Is No Man. It follows like 3 generations of Palestinian American women. At the beginning, I was a little bit concerned. It was rated very highly and people said it was a really good book. That doesn't necessarily mean everything because Frankly in Love was also rated pretty well and I hated that book and thought it was very poor representation. But from the beginning in the epigraph, I was a little bit concerned because it talks about how like where I come from, women aren't allowed to speak and blah, blah, blah. And then so I was a little bit worried that it would be like, oh, all women in Arab countries are treated this way. And also, like, within the first chapter, there was an honor killing of the main character's sister. There are already so many stories that get blown up of, like, these murders that people think that that's the norm and okay. And I don't know. I was a little bit concerned about what this book would be, but I think it's pretty cool so far. But also, if I was your girl at the end, we need more stories than just one to sum up the experience of a community. So even if this is one aspect, we still need to hear more. Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. I have to go to the bathroom.
Me too.